Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Vampyr. And we are still here in Whitechapel, guys. We need to go ahead and figure out who exactly Lady Ashbury's blackmailer is. That's about 37 meters that way. So we're definitely going to be taking care of that. I found this body here. Blood sample and a ring. Nice. I remember we got cigarette cases for days after the last episode. Speaking of the last episode, wanted to let you guys know I'm going to do something a little bit out of character in this episode if we do get some combat. Guys, brace yourselves. I'm going to try to use the dodge button. Every time we're in combat and someone's about to hit me, I always instinctively press Y because of the Arkham games and my time playing Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Oh. Ah, that's the lady with all the cures. So we're going to try our best to actually do combat the way the game wants us to.
This elixir will give you faith again.
I like how she calls it elixir. That's kind of cool. Now I'm very curious what this building is up ahead, and I bet maybe for this quest we'll be heading up into this area of town. I'm not sure. Shall we go ahead and... Nah, let's just do it. We'll figure it out. Ooh, someone's talking like a Zamisi.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Toggle senses. Ooh, he has bronchitis. What is he doing? Secret knock, maybe? She is always covered in blood.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
That's probably that one building, I would assume. Yes, indeedy. I gotta say, I really like that name, Darius. So we can't go through there. Let's look for any shinies. Like so. All the springs. To the citizens of London. Curfew, official health warning. I think we already read that. And I'm not sure if we need to be going down that alleyway yet. That's how Batman are made. See if we can go into any of these doors. No. There's a balcony. There's no way that there would be another hideout this close to another one, though. I don't think. More propaganda.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world? Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Joe Peterson. Oh, he looks like a charming fellow.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Trinkets and loot, you say?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
So there's definitely an outbreak of vampirism. I mean, like, a ton of it.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then?
Rude.
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
All right. Well, that's no excuse for you to get upset. Like, it's in the middle of an epidemic, you know. Hint required. Let's see what you got.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Aluminum powder. Spring, grease, screw. Common handle part. Ooh. How much? 35 shillings? Let's go ahead and buy 2 of those. Don't know about the common trigger part, though. It's for 35. Well, we know where to go. And actually, let's go ahead and diagnose the guy.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
He can't afford to.
Do you need help, sir?
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
All right. No worries, then.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Oh, this is the charming guy.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Lovely fellow.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Finding all kinds of people that I wouldn't mind feeding from.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
We'll get to that other question here in a sec. Do we have personal questions? No?
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Okay, maybe he's not that bad off.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Gotcha.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Really? Okay, looks like we're out of questions for Joe.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fair enough. And since you guys are right next to each other...
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Lashing out.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
But he's really good at it.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody will be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Okay, personal questions. There's that.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Oh, where'd he go?
I should never have taken up
Huh,
my
he disappeared.
father's business.
Now, let us look at our quests here. We had Catechin Bates, that's succeeded. Promising Recruit, that succeeded. Don't know who that is. We got Trinkets and More between Joe and Barrett. Retrieve Barrett Lewis's box. We'll track that. And that is a few meters that way. It looks like we can actually go in here. What's in here?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reid, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Okay.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me, then? Okay, then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Whose is this? Peterson's house. Hold on. Benjamin Palmer, Albert Palmer, Harry Peterson, Joe Peterson. Oh, he didn't mention anything about his kid. Not that I saw. Okay, we'll do this a little bit later. At least we know we can go in if we need to. Oh, there's a... Hello, Padre.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh, Lord.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
He is very partisan.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Sounds more like a cult leader than anything else.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Okay, so I don't feel like I can understand why he would think that, especially if he's seen some of the undead running around here. Because that's right out of the Book of Revelation.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Oh dear.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Well, let's hope that it keeps raining then.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad. And dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Father Tobias Whitaker.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Well, if it talks like you, no wonder everyone is relatively hopeless.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
But no one's there to hear him. At least no one you would want him to.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Goodness.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, well, that's fun. It's like, oh, there's tons of people here. I like it. Now, let's go ahead and head down into this alley and see if we can get that lockbox. Do a little bit of combat for the day. Hopefully, at least. Oh, hi there, vampire hunter. And there we go. Oop. Whoops.
Step away, sir.
Alright, well. Owie!
That's all you deserve.
Okay, there's our block button. You and your wild plays. Blood, please.
He's dead.
See, I dodged. Kind of. Any fight you can walk away from. Aluminum shard, grease is the word. And did take out some skulls, it looks like. Appreciate that. Bullet and a lead stick. I still hear them. Though. Grab the loot. Oh, there he is. Is this the warehouse? Yes, it is. Oh, dear. Well, then. Oh, can we actually do this stealthily? Used hatchet. That's nice. Do we have anything with silver? I don't know if these are lycanthropes in the traditional sense, but you know, it's just one of those things. Had a pretty nasty fight there. We got 3 of them. Oh, this is gonna be nasty. Large beat. Oh, just level 10. Maybe we can deal with this. Resistant to melee and blood. Not guns, though. Hi. Oh, we could have stunned. Ah. Okay, target lock too. That's another thing I needed to do. Oh, I gotta have the proper stand for it though. Oh, that was a lot easier. And a cigarette case. Shillings. Where's this box at? It should be here, shouldn't it? Or did we do this for no reason? I think we may have done it for no reason. Oh well. We'll drop down and make our presence known. Hello! Ow! Okay, you were way too prepared for that. And I don't really want to lock on any target right now because there's more than one. And as far as you go, my friend, we're just going to walk around. Now we'll use target lock. And get some blood. Much better. Now, where would this trinket box be hiding? It's like, are we still in the area where we can find it? Or is there like a warehouse? What's the score here? Hi. Also, do we have our gun equipped? Oh. I see. Maybe it's here. No. Cigarette case and a ring. Definitely sensing the theme. Okay, well, the box has to be somewhere close by then. Lead plate, nothing there. Double checking to see if there's anywhere that we can port. Nothing. So back around this way. No doors or anything. Back to where the lichen was. Oh, I guess we could go ahead and... Oh, wow. Okay, there's another one. We'll lock on target. Stay on target. This is level 12, so you need to be aware. Ow. And yay for firearms, in this case. Well, we've killed everything in the vicinity, I think. Just gotta retrieve the box. Where would he have dropped this mythical box of trinkets? I'm seeing no evidence that this thing existed. Okay, we looted the body. I wonder if those things are just gonna dissolve after... Oh! Aha!
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. There's a letter inside.
Alright. And a bag from Wimbledon as well. Or a box from Wimbledon. Maybe some tennis rackets or such. Okay, guys. Well, we did some combat. And it was a little bit rough. But at least I'm using the dodge button now. So that's all that matters. And occasionally locking on. Gotta take the wins where we can get them. But we will end the episode here. And we will see you guys next time. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.